Miguel Cabrera was actually super animated about, hey, you have to protect your teammates when Michael Fulmer retaliated.
Wait a minute, here we go.
Oh, here we go at home. Romine and Cabrera get into it. Punches thrown, Romine getting into the gut of Cabrera, and now both benches are cleared as Romine and Cabrera at the bottom of a pile, and both teams storming for them at home plate. Clint Frazier is holding back Gary Sanchez trying to get in on it, and Cabrera's still down.
This is not your ordinary best, so there was some severe punching in there. Usually it's a lot of pushing and shoving, but they got some good shots in.
Just as we were talking about how it was Cabrera who instructed and applauded Fulmer for retaliating, hitting Ellsbury at Yankee Stadium, he's the one who canely threw out here, and he and Romine got into it and fired off quite a few punches at each other before both benches cleared entirely.
You know, I don't know if this umpiring crew was aware of what happened in New York, but I think Joe Girardi was very correct when he said, why did you throw out warnings after Sanchez was hit? None of this would have happened. When everything seemed to calm down, Cabrera and Romine had a few words, and it escalated when Cabrera pushed Romine at home plate. And once that, there was nobody around the two, just those two, and then things started to really heat up. And you can see Romine's brother. Well, if they start throwing, it's going to be serious if they start throwing punches at each other.
Here was Cabrera saying something to Romine, and then Romine going back at him. He'd had enough. And there goes the shove, and then Cabrera missed. Romine tackled him and got into the gut of Cabrera and fired off a couple punches. You saw Didi get pushed to the bottom of the pile. Judge was trying to get in there, and then Gardner came from behind to tackle. Torreyes was trying to find somebody to grab. This was after the ball whizzed by Cabrera, and you could see a few words were exchanged before Joe Girardi came running out of the dugout and got kicked out.
I think Romine was trying to say we weren't trying to hit you. But in a way, if I'm a hitter, I'm not buying that at all.
And Romine says, I'm not going to take it. And Cabrera goes with a shove, a little slap. Romine tackles Cabrera and gets into the gut with a couple punches before the scrum gets sloppy at home plate.
Oh, nice underneath move there.
Bam.
Oh, he got one in.
I think he got two. And then kept going after him before the rest of the Yankees got in there. It all started because of that man, Michael Fulmer, who drilled Gary Sanchez after he hit a home run.
You know, and that's where the warning should have been.
So this is right before the fight. And you see Didi going in to talk with Chapman. Cabrera and Romine getting into it. No one really paying attention to them. And then all of a sudden, it's on. And Chapman and Didi go darting in. His bodies fly everywhere. You saw Robbie Thompson get in there trying to keep people away.
And there's Chapman. He's trying to play peacekeeper.
You saw Clint Frazier actually hug Gary Sanchez and pull him away from the pile. Larry Rothschild took a tumble.
Yeah, you don't want to be underneath. That was Tyler Austin.
Now Chapman will warm up again as Sanchez comes in to catch.
And now there's no DH. That means a pitcher's going to have to hit, which is another disadvantage for the Yankees over the last 3 innings here.
Well, it was a 32-minute bottom of the 5th in which Detroit scored 4 runs on 49 pitches from 3 different Yankee pitchers. And it has been a sensationally long bottom of the 6th, but only because of retaliation and fireworks. Now on the right side of your screen here, you're going to see Gary Sanchez come in. And Sanchez is in, and he throws a punch as well.
Yeah, I can tell you the league's going to go over this video and see which players were the most aggressive. Now we're going to have a pitch hitter for Cabrera, of course, who's out of the game.
So Dixon Machado in for Cabrera on a 1-0 count. As Chapman finally gets to throw. There was a long delay deciding who was going to come in after Tommy Kahnle got ejected. Then Chapman finally started warming up out in the pen, came to the mound, and just as he was ready, all of that happened as Machado singles up the middle. No, Ken, there are a lot of those sort of everybody runs and looks at each other and shouts some things.
That wasn't it.
That wasn't it. And now Sanchez is chatting with Castellanos.
So now Gary Sanchez has got 3 homers in 3 days, and Fulmer hits him on purpose. It's further inside than the ball that missed Cabrera. So no warning, right?
I respect Gary Sanchez. I really do. And I would never throw at anybody that hit a home run off of me just because they hit a home run.
So then Kahnle throws one inside, and Cabrera doesn't get hit, and you throw him out of the game. So now they're judging intent. Well, if you can't see that Fulmer clearly hits Sanchez on purpose, there's something wrong.
Yeah, I mean, there was a fight. I understand that. But I'm not going to let someone try and throw punches at me. I'm going to defend myself. You know, it was a little odd, I thought, that I got thrown out for defending myself. But again, I think he was looking for a confrontation, coming up to me and walking straight towards me. So,
I mean, first of all, when they throw at me, it was okay. I got good. They want to defend Gary Sanchez, so I was cool with that. So when they started arguing with umpire, I said to Roman, "Come down," and he said, "I don't talk to you."
Bueno, yo cuando estaba en el lugar que vi que pasó la cosa, que vi que Miggy empujó a...
You know, everything happened pretty quick. You know, I was in the dugout, I looked up, and I see Roman rolling on the floor with the other guys, you know, and at that moment, just instinct takes over because you want to defend your teammate. You know, that's your family out there. And I don't know, everything happened so quickly, it's a blur right now.
I know Fulmer did not. It looked bad because Sanchez hit the ball so well, but Fulmer wasn't trying to hit Sanchez. He had that numbness in his finger. He got a zinger when he threw the pitch, and he just lost it and went into it.
You guys have, I don't know if you've ever been in a situation as volatile as this, but Burnsy, starting with you, what did you make of what you saw between these two teams this afternoon?
Well, we had the luxury to go into the edit bay right away and try to figure out exactly what happened. Now, understand this. This goes all the way back to Yankee Stadium. And, you know, here's Mikey Montek wearing it right there. And then next night he gets hit in the head. And, again, I don't think either one of those were intentional. But at some point, you need to protect your players. So, you know, here we are. And this is Gary Sanchez absolutely going off, doing his thing against the Detroit Tigers. Well, Michael Fulmer throws one inside. And, you know, you have to understand the Yankees' perspective on this. You're going to hit my guy's raking, we're going to go after your best guy. Gary Sanchez is our best guy right now, we're going to go after your best guy. So you think that everything was calm right here. You know, again, this was rushed to judgment by the umpire for even throwing him out just because no issues were warning at the no warnings were issued at the point. Now, this is what Austin Romine said. He said he comes up and said, "You got a problem with me?" He said, "No, just get out, get out of my face. Leave me alone." "Oh yeah, you got a problem with me?" "Oh yeah, maybe I do." Well, here we go. Now it's on. Now you get a little push, you get a swing and a miss, and then you get Austin Romine that takes him down. All of a sudden, you see Nick Castellanos right there. This is really interesting because take a look. This is where we see Gary Sanchez for the first time. Ready? Threw 2 blows in that one. Now, we're just going to take a look at Brett Gardner and what he's doing. Now, he takes McKenna. I just mentioned the body slam earlier and what was going on with him. But let's go ahead and take a look at Gary Sanchez again because he was pulled off the pile. That's not Miguel Cabrera anymore. That was Nick Castellanos. So he went in for round 2 when he was down. Now Nick Castellanos comes up and says, "What's up now? You serious with that? You gonna cheat shot me?" Well, he's still in the game, still playing. The umpires weren't able to have the video like we all did or whatever else. Drives in a big run, makes the game 6-6. And then here comes McCann. Now McCann gets hit in the head. He's like, "Dude, are you serious with this? I mean, come on. What are you doing? I don't care if this is intentional or not intentional. I just got plunked in the head with 98. But I'm going to fire up. I'm going to get up right away." And then now here's Todd Frazier. What? What is this? You're going to come back at Frazier? I have no problem if you want to come back and hit somebody. Why Frazier at that point? Why would you go after the guy, like I said before, that was playing pepper with your dude's face?